Nearly 60 years, Arts United has worked to bring the rich, diverse talents of our region together through support of the arts, socially, culturally, and economically. Arts United, providing a home for the arts in Northeast Indiana.
Excellence lives here in Northeastern Indiana. It's reflected in more than 200 nationally recognized degrees. It drives our Division I sports. It's alive in our campus life. Excellence has a name, IPFW. Around our campus, around the country, around the world. Excellence lives here. Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. One university, two great names.
This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. This week, I will be visiting with some guests about a couple of exciting new theater events happening in Fort Wayne. In the second half of the show, James Del Priore and Gloria Minnick from the Arena Dinner Theater's production of Laughingstock will join me. But first, Susan Mendenhall, the Director of Resource Development at Arts United, and Miriam Morgan, the Technical Director of Arts United, are here to introduce us to their new Arts Lab, a new creative theater space opening this weekend. Welcome, ladies, to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Susan, let's begin with you. Tell me all about Arts United. What is Arts United for any viewers who haven't heard of this incredible organization in Fort Wayne?
Well, Arts United was formed in 1955 for two primary reasons. One was to own, operate, and manage public art facilities. So we own the Arts United Center, where the Civic Theater and the Fort Wayne Youth Theater, Ballet, Philharmonic, and Fort Wayne Dance Collective regularly perform. We also own the Our Center for Arts and Culture, which was purchased in 2010 and now is the home for Fort Wayne Ballet. ArtLink is in there, as well as FAME, Fort Wayne Trails, and several other organizations.
It's a beautiful building.
Thank you.
It's a very contemporary building, which I think sat empty for a little while before Arts United purchased it in 2010. And you've renovated beautifully, and your partners are there. I know ArtLink has doubled their space, if I'm not mistaken.
They have,
since they moved in.
yes.
So 1955, that's kind of ahead of the times, because the National Endowment for the Arts wasn't established until 1965. So 10 years before that, Fort Wayne was concerned about the arts in its community.
Arts United is the third oldest United Arts Fund in the United States. And our arts campus was envisioned at a time when arts campuses were not typical, and they were being built in major cities, but not in smaller, mid-sized cities like Fort Wayne. So we've had visionaries in our community looking to support the arts in major ways for a very long time. And
well, they understand what it brings to the community, what culture brings to the community as a whole.
Yes.
And how long have you been with Arts United?
I've been with Arts United since 2010.
Oh, okay, just as you brought the new building with you.
I did. I was part of the team that helped raise some of the funds for it.
Great. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Miriam,
Yes.
welcome to Arts
Thank you.
Weekly. And what do you do at Arts United?
I'm the technical director for the theaters at Arts United. So to summarize that, everything that's behind the scenes, it's my job to make sure that all of the equipment is there and available for our groups to use to produce the performances that you see.
Because you have a lot of groups that use your big performance center. We're talking about the Performance Center on Main Street, the Arts Center, really Arts United Center. It used to be called, some people know it as the Performing Arts Center PAC or something it used to be, but that's the same building.
Correct.
And it seats
just over 660.
and a lot of organizations, not just your partners, but you rent that space out to anybody who is interested in bringing a performance to Fort Wayne that has the funds to rent the space. So that's what you would do, Miriam.
Correct.
You are their liaison for their technical needs.
Yes. As a matter of fact, one of the outside groups that's coming in the beginning of next month is Virginia Repertory Theater. They're bringing a children's production that's going to be there for just one day. So we facilitate anything from an event like that to hosting the mayoral inauguration that happens. We do fundraisers, any type of event like that, in addition to all the theater and music performances.
Because for any viewers who haven't been there, it's not just a performance space. It has an incredible lobby area. It has 2 big rehearsal halls inside of it that can be used for rehearsal or for a private party, for fundraising and that sort of thing. So does that mean all things lights, all things sound, we go to Miriam?
All things.
All
Yes,
things.
all things technical.
And you have a team?
And I do have a team. I have a technical staff that is an assistant who is a part-time assistant, and then the rest of my staff is comprised of high school and college age interns who are learning technical theater or the various things in theater arts, and for one reason or another want to learn how everything behind the scenes works. So
Right. I think some of our IPFW students in the past have been Arts United interns,
Yes.
specifically in the shop,
Yes.
and working for you.
and working for me, and
Yeah.
we love having them. They're great students to have. They're very eager to learn, and they take away something from this space that they might not gain from working in another space, because every theater is different.
Well,
so we love
they
that.
certainly take from you the importance of the mechanics of a proscenium stage. We don't have that at IPFW.
Yes.
So when they come down to the Arts United Center, they're in a whole different world of proscenium
Yes.
stage, a real fly space, considerable depth of stage. You have a moving your
Orchestra lift.
Orchestra lift, all of that is new to many of our students. So I
Yes.
think it's a nice relationship, and hopefully they'll
We
continue
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you are also you're also a lighting designer on your own.
Yes, I am. I am a lighting designer when I am not doing my Arts United
Right.
job. I am freelance lighting designer for the area. Most of what you see of mine would be, I'm the resident lighting designer for the Fort Wayne Philharmonic, so their Pops and Family Series concerts are the types of events that I light. I'm the lighting designer for the ballet, so the Nutcracker, their past 3 spring productions I've done.
Oh, did you do the
Carmina
last?
Burana, and this spring it will be Romeo and Juliet.
So you did the recent Nutcracker.
I did the recent
Because it was a
Nutcracker.
beautiful lighting
Thank
design.
you.
Well, all right. Well, full disclosure, Miriam was my lighting designer for
Yes, for King Lear.
For King Lear, and
Yes.
did an incredible job. Incredible job. So, Susan, it's a not-for-profit organization,
Yes,
and
it
you are
is.
the development director.
I am.
What does that mean to be the development director for such a large organization? What kind of responsibilities do you have on your shoulders?
Well, my great joy is being able to help raise funds to support arts and culture in our region. Arts United supports about 70 arts and cultural organizations every year. We serve organizations in 12 counties of Northeast Indiana. So I get to have the great pleasure of working with those arts organizations, but also working with donors who have an interest in supporting them.
It's interesting because in not-for-profit theater and in the arts organizations, really, quite frankly, there's nobody more valuable than that person willing to go out and get that money. Development directors do not grow on trees, and you're doing a good job because you guys have just blossomed in the last 3 years.
We have.
You have the new Hour Center, but this weekend we're opening the Arts Lab.
We are.
Tell us about, I'd like to know the origins of it, sort of to begin with. Whose brainchild was it, and how did the funding source come from, and that sort of thing?
Conversations about having a Blackbox Theater have been ongoing for about 10 years in this community. There was a need for a smaller venue that perhaps provided a little bit more of an intimate experience, but also would serve arts organizations who would not be able to fill a 660-seat major performance venue like the Arts United Center. So Arts United decided to build a black box theater as a part of our Hour Center project that began in 2010. The Arts Lab will be dedicated tomorrow evening, and we're very excited to see what spark our arts organizations, especially our performing arts organizations, will bring in a new way to our arts campus downtown.
So the Black Box Theater, as we know it, and it's you calling it the Arts Lab, that's been a part of the vision of the Hour Center all along?
It's been, yes, ever since we purchased it. When I began with Arts United, which was over 7 years ago now, that was one of the conversations was how do we utilize the current theater that we have and how can we expand our campus to take it back to that vision that they had early on when they first built the Arts United Center. And one of the pieces that seemed to be lacking downtown and in our repertoire was having a space that was flexible, more intimate, could be used for a different type of performance. And the Blackbox Theater is that piece that fits that bill. So
how intimate? How many seats will you have?
Just
What's
under,
the capacity?
Just under 200.
Just under 200. Well, Susan, I think you bring up a good point about having a fair amount of performance organizations that can't afford or fill 600 seats. Because nothing kills an audience faster. There's a lot of audience research out there about, you know, where's the other half of the people in this theater? What am I doing here if they're not here? And it's really not about the quality of the work. It happens to be about the knowledge or the capacity for marketing for a given organization or a given theater company. So it's a great opportunity for those smaller companies.
Absolutely, and it's also a great opportunity to try something a little bit more entrepreneurial,
right,
or something a little more avant-garde, something that wouldn't appeal to the masses but is designed to be a small audience or a more intimate experience.
Right. When you say avant-garde, I'm thinking, oh, I bet Fernando Tarango is going to be like the first person in there, because he just seems to be on everybody's, you know, avant-garde list. Is he a part of tomorrow evening's production or evening at all?
He is not a part of tomorrow's evening, but Fernando is a good friend.
He is a good friend.
We do look forward to having him in Arts Lab.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, great. And it's a flexible space.
It is a flexible space. The seating and platforming to support that audience seating is configurable in a variety of ways, so that we can do a traditional type setup where you would have a proscenium-esque seating arrangement, or you could do a thrust, or you could do seating in the round so that the performance is in the middle and the audience is all around. It gives a different vibe to a lot of performances to have it that intimate and be that close to the performers. It also gives the audiences the ability to see the scenery design up close. You know, in a traditional proscenium theater, you may be 15 feet or more away from the set, and so they'll be able to see the artistry that goes into things like scenic design and costume design in a space like that, which is very exciting.
And it's also challenging for actors. It's important for young actors to have that experience of being that close to an audience. If I'm going to look at Miriam and we're on stage together and I see the 50 people behind her, it takes a different kind of focus for an actor.
Yes, it
does.
It's
a great experience for young actors, and it's a wonderful addition to the Fort Wayne theater scene. I'm looking forward to someone inviting me to direct their summer soon. So
wow.
Just put that out there into the you know, television vibe. Anyway, ladies, thank you very much. How do we get a hold of Arts United or find out about them? What website should we visit?
The best way to find out about Arts United is at www.artsunited.org.
And to rent the Arts Lab, you may call 260-424-0646. That's 260-424-0646. Thank you very much for being on Arts Weekly. I enjoyed visiting with you, and I look forward to tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.
It's going to be great fun.
Yes.
When we return, we'll have some fun hearing about Arena Dinner Theater's production of Laughingstock. So please take this minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. We'll be right back with Gloria Minnick and James Del Priore.